hippie.
It's a killing.
People tonight. We're gonna kill some bad people tonight.
Indians, leave no trace. Remember the small boy camp where they caught Peltier, not far from here.
Why does the government want him so badly? Conservatives, NDP, liberals, they all want a piece of his ass.
I gotta go meet my shaman later on. We'll have to do a ceremony. As I talk to you tonight, will I engage in peace with these jobs? We have service group. What a service group mean?
Memorial would be when we were done time contract.
So good job. Yeah, he got away shapeshifter or diverse black magic act. See you soon in the flesh, Mora. All this biosurveillance camera and web data tracking makes me want to get out and touch somebody.
And then we can rejoice together.
Oh, you piece of shit. I know you've been following me. I hear you've been enjoying the circus of American Babylon, eh?
What does the Lord want?
Lord's gonna come down in Revelation 20 and just destroy them that destroyed Jerusalem. I will make Jerusalem burn in some stone. Zechariah 12:3. I will make Jerusalem burn in some stone. Which eyes in Jerusalem?
Okay, so what was it that man, right? Smart workers sprout up all over the place. You know, like whether you do anything about the native situation, the Indian problem, or whether you do anything for it. However it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So it's no big deal. It's great. It's a great show of force, the warrior blood. Okay, so what was it that man, right? And what is it?
Territory, we'll be talking about language and the sailors' Hawaiian connection through the fur trade. Hi, how are you doing? You were mentioning something about the fur trade?
Yes, actually, the Hudson's Bay Company.
I believe on the part of the provincial government, they're attempting to contain this inquiry and ensure that it goes no further than it has at this point. I think it was pretty telling when it was revealed that Constable Instant went to Len Doust, who is one of the most high-profile criminal lawyers in the country. And he went there at 7 o'clock in the morning. They realized that the death of Frank Paul was an incredibly serious issue. And from the outset, 9.5 years ago, they began to develop their defenses and their efforts to cover this up.
Will obviously come to light, and some of the circumstances obviously we've known, but we've already established the way in which the police officers that night, whether they be the van driver Instant or the jail guard Sanderson, were well aware of Mr. Paul's condition.
John Gridley III was the first voice heard talking to television newsmen about a statement that he was told by William Janklow, the Attorney General of South Dakota.
The way to, I have notes that I took at the time, the way to solve the AIM problem was to shoot the AIM leaders. And the direct quote that I took down at the time was, "Put a bullet in the guy's head and he won't bother you anymore."
The Hudson's Bay Company, when they were establishing fur trade in the Pacific Northwest, actually depended quite a bit on Hawaiians. So many Hawaiians were actually sent there to help them with their outposts, mainly because they were very skilled watermen. They could deal very well on the water and those outposts. And also they were very skilled at communicating with other natives. And so they became very skilled and handy at working for the Hudson's Bay Company. So Vancouver, Washington, what's now Washington, was one of the first outposts there. And the Hudson's Bay Company had established that. Later, when Washington was given to the United States, whatever happened there, then it was moved to Vancouver Island, Victoria. And so many Hawaiians are up and down the coast. There's a town called Kalama, Washington. It's named after Hawaiian family. And up in Canada, around Vancouver Island, a number of Hawaiian settlers, Hawaiians who went there for the fur trade, actually stayed there and actually became integrated within the families there. So Stillwater Island has a Hawaiian ancestry there. People of Stillwater Island are all part Hawaiian. And the Salish as well. There's Hawaiians within the Salish community.
Now, has this affected the language between the two cultures when you talk about land and tribal custom usage?
No, I don't think it's affected the language in particular, but what it did was it actually bonded us by blood and by who we are as Native peoples, bonded us together with Native Americans.
Now, could you tell a little bit about yourself and what you do with freehawaiian.info? What is that?
Well, Hawaii was overtaken in 1893 by the United States, actually by agents of the United States, and eventually the United States itself annexed Hawaii. All of these were illegal actions. They took over a lawful independent nation called the Hawaiian Kingdom, and by doing so, they actually created an international violation of
You'll find me somewhere over the rainbow, way the dream that you dream of, why can someday I wish upon a wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where lemon melts like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me somewhere over the rainbow. The dream that you dream of, why can
So it's very important that we acknowledge the Cree. And of course the Blackfoot, which are way over there, I hear, far away. This is, I'm going to do a 3-song medley, all my own songs. First song is going to be for the missing women. As we know, the missing women are missing across Canada, across North America.
Territory, even Blackfoot territory. And it's great to hang out with parents and with parents of my nieces and great nieces and grandnieces and relatives I had never met before. So that was very cool. I'm
very busy traffic, so I'm going to go pick up my brother at around 5:15 later. So I'll talk to you later, okay? It's been a great off to indigenous Hawaiian territory again. I'm going to be back there soon, and then I'm going to show you some of the indigenous territories of the world. Well, this is Blackfoot territory, right here, all here. Pagan territory, except for the freeway. This is called Deerfoot Trail, so it used to be an Indian trail, so very cool. Shot, son. Your place. Love you, son. Willie Frenchie signing out.
The information age was an era nearly everybody embraced. But today's surveillance age, experts say, is a reality most
give me 50, give me 100, and nothing more.
Good, I'm glad to be here today. It's an excellent day for everyone to get together.
I'd like to talk to you a bit about your book, Trauma, which I think is very important. It really hit me today.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit about the book to our listeners?
The book about when I first started healing in '97, it was about a year into my healing. I was living in Prince Rupert, and I recognized there was very little resources in the community. As trauma affected hundreds in the community, there was very little people that talked about it. So I recognized that we needed more resources. So I set out a mission to develop a book that would be really basic and easy to understand. It's taken me 8 or 9 years to develop this book, but a lot of work's been put into it. The book is about how trauma impacts the mind and body, specifically the muscles and organs, and how it can cause long-term defects and dysfunction.
So with the residential school agreement, do you think trauma was a part of the upbringing in the residential school experience, dealing with the conditions of Aboriginal people today?
Yeah, the trauma, it impacted individuals, not just a trauma, but compounding trauma. Being in residential school, some children suffered numerous traumas throughout their experience at the residential school: verbal abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, abandonment. In the long term, it affected tribes. It affected their self-esteem within the whole tribe.
So with the residential school survivor, that experience there, how has it affected their way of life, the way of thinking, the way of communicating and relating in the community?
It's totally changed their behavior, such as addictions, sleepless disorders, eating disorders. Those are just the few things that I mentioned. That there's dozens of things how it affected individuals throughout their life. The way they're feeling, before they went to residential school, they were happy. Coming out of the residential schools, many children left the feeling of anger, shame, guilt, and blame, hatred.
And where could people receive a copy of this book? It's called Trauma?
Yes. I have my website, kiesmanconsulting.ca, KIESMANGER, or at consulting.ca.
So that's, could you just repeat that again for our listeners?
KIESMAN at consulting.ca.
People that deal with trauma on different levels of life could utilize your book to help the community, help the individual?
Yes, it's but it's also recommended that they seek other support while they're working through the book. As we know, when you go for counseling, you get 1 hour session a week. When people first experience the trauma, they have a flood of emotional and memories come out, and that's where my book comes in hand. When they're away from that 1 hour session, they have something to work on and work throughout their time out while they're away. And they can access crisis lines and other resources too that are available.
Do you have any advice for residential school survivors regarding the issues that are coming up today with the agreement and what choices they have?
The number one advice is talk about it. Don't let those emotions or thoughts build up within yourself. I understand there's so many things coming up. There's your experience at the residential school that you're dealing with and making choices how to approach a settlement agreement, and there are resources out there, and to reach out and seek advice to make your best decision, as well as to get help for any emotions or thoughts that are coming up.
Well, thank you very much, Gerald. You were amazing today.
Thank you very much.
Miigwech, as they say in Salish territory.
Welcome. Thank you very much, too.